going to technology here. So here we have Boston Dynamics. Now, for those who are familiar, Boston Dynamics is known for their robot dog Spot, who looks like a dog, acts like a dog, but can do so much more in terms of its application. You can use it to replace mundane stuff or dangerous stuff and be able to replicate it at a more efficient way. And it can climb up stairs, traverse difficult terrain, and obviously more dangerous in a environment. Now, it's not only that they're introducing or sharing to the market or selling to the market. They've now unveiled a new product. They're calling it Stretch, which is a new robot designed to move boxes in warehouses. So, in particularly for warehouses or in logistics company, obviously with the pandemic, online deliveries has been an all-time high. So optimizing it for those companies like Amazon, Shopee, or even Lazada is important to maximize your productivity and profitability here. So let's see here. Yeah, so you can see here. So as mentioned, so the machine that you see in the screen here is Stretch, a, a logistics robot that focuses on moving boxes in warehouses. So question here is, when I read the article here, obviously with better technology, better AI, it improves certain processes, which in turn eliminates uh, certain certain employees that would not be necessary anymore. Obviously, especially for Amazon, who employs several thousands or hundreds of thousands of employees in their warehouses to move boxes from one place to another, and with the controversy that Amazon has been dealing with all way back from years past all the way to the present, using machines, you don't have to worry about breaks, or the person may get tired and so forth. Obviously a machine will do its bidding depending on the requirement of the company here. Anyway, going into details about the robot Stretch. So it's not modeled in any type of humans or animals, so it just looks what it is. It's a small moving machine with an arm, with a box, and it moves the boxes as mentioned. So it's nothing too fancy in terms of the features, but it can do its job effectively or even more effective than humans do. Uh, and its aim, as mentioned here, is for practical purposes. So to move boxes left and right. And as you can see here, it's very boring. It's a square mobile base containing a set of wheels, so you can move freely from one place to another. And there's a perception mast with cameras and other sensors, so you could locate and target what boxes needs to be moved from what place to another here. And it has a huge robotic arm, and it has 7 degrees of freedom and a suction pad to be able to grab the boxes here. And as of right now, it has limitations, so it can only move boxes up to 23 kilograms or 50 pounds in weight. So the focus here is on mobility, not like with Stretch here. So considering that Stretch is more mobile, obviously it has different applications. For Stretch here, it's more on moving boxes. Simple as that. And what's interesting here is, compared to other robots that can move boxes, this is more mobile. Obviously, typically in warehouses, equipment has to install the entire system that is bolted down. Typically, like what you see in a manufacturing firm in car manufacturers. So you see arms moving around when they're assembling the machine. Obviously, you have to bolt it down so it cannot move around. But in case of this one, it has wheels, so it can move freely, or you can program it to where you want it to go from here to there. And as mentioned, it's designed to slide into any existing workplace where it could be useful for loading and unloading purposes here. So let's see. I think they have a video here at the bottom. Yeah, so it has a illustration here to so you can better imagine. So obviously they can scale it up, make it bigger, depending on the scale that the company needs it to carry more weight, bigger area, smaller area, and so forth. So looks interesting here. Now, according to the Boston Dynamics VP, Business Development Michael Perry, stating that that's the exciting about this system. It can provide automation to environments and you don't have to automate your infrastructure. So meaning minimal changes has to be incorporated, meaning the machine, once it's there, it can do its job without worrying. You have to put camera sensors all around the facility here and so forth. And what's interesting also, you can take this capability and you can move it into the back of a truck. So it is portable, well, to say the least, compared to others, and you can move it into any aisles. You can move it next to your conveyors. It all depends on your needs or problems on that particular day. And let's see here. Do they have another they have video here? There you go. So you can see here. There you go. So you can imagine here. Obviously, the target customers here would normally avoid this type of investment because it's too expensive and time consuming for integration. But with mobility here, the potential is tremendous here. And you can see here, as mentioned, around 80% of the world's warehouses don't have any automation equipment of any sort. So obviously this is a big opportunity for not just Boston Dynamics, for any company trying to capitalize in the boom in demand for warehouses here. Now it doesn't mention here what's the price tag here, but it makes a compelling case for what the future enthralls or installed for us. But one key question one would like to ask is, what will happen to people who's working in warehouses? Obviously, this would significantly affect their ability to be able to work in existing facilities. Obviously, not anytime soon, but eventually they will be phased out. And what would happen to those people who would be out of their jobs? And for all the advancement in technology, as you can see here, they could easily put in a conveyor belt, move the boxes from one side to another, and do it smoothly. And they could do it indefinitely, technically. And you won't have to take breaks, maybe for maintenance purposes, but minimal supervision is required, and they could do it much faster. Now, obviously, with the limitations of the weight, it has to be consistent. So obviously, the technology is still not there yet in terms of being able to handle any type of situation. But in terms of repetitive process, moving same boxes over and over, well, we have a technology now. Question is, would companies adopt it right away? You have to wait and see. And for me, I'm all for technology, but question is what will happen to those employees that will be out of the job in the next few years or in the next decade or so. And what's interesting, the company Boston Dynamics has mentioned they've been showing interest in the logistics space since 2019, so it's not anything new. And then they also purchased a company, Kinema Systems, which makes machines vision software for robots in warehouse. So they've been taking a look, so not just focusing on Spot the Dog, as mentioned. So they're looking at other applications for automation here. So you can see here we have automation for logistics, you have automation for transportation, you have vehicles, trucks, buses. It's coming to that point that sometime in the near future that you can see AI is a dominant force in our society or day-to-day living here. Getting to that point that what you see in films is going to be translated into actual reality here.